gonna do? You gonna shoot some kid who's afraid of you and run? You gonna shoot an elected official? If you shoot me, you better shoot straight. I don't know why you're in my city. You did. The governor was not contacted. This is Trump and his outrageous attempt to not only target our sanctuary city, but to frighten us and intimidate us. This is wrong, and I hope that none of you will use those guns to shoot anybody. There's no reason to shoot anybody. Don't allow them to make your service in a service where you're killing people. Don't do it. Defy them. Don't shoot those guns. For everything.
Thank you. What do you think about the protests that happened? Do you believe that they had this American response? How do you
Are you going to shoot a protester because you don't like what they're saying? Why the guns? Why are these guns here? That's my question. I don't get why the guns have to be here. We're a sanctuary city. We know Trump doesn't like us. We know that he's going to try to use us as an example. He's going to try to goad us so that he has a martial law. He even alluded to civil war at one point in talking about this issue.
And Hegseth.
We have a bunch of crazy, unreliable leadership in this country now. The president is in charge. He's in charge of all of the independent agencies. He's got the MAGA crowd around him, and they are saying some of the most outrageous and ridiculous things and trying to frighten and intimidate. And so I'm not surprised at what they're saying. They're crazy. They're outrageous. And the people of America gotta know what's happening. Trump hates us. He hates sanctuary cities. He's gonna try and make an example out of us. No, I'm not surprised.
In a dysfunctional way to criminalize people.
This is not just about deportation. This is about how they're gonna treat people of color in America, and this is how he's going to get to have martial law because he wants to goad us into a fight. They have all the guns. We know they have all the guns. We gotta let people know that we have a right to speak up. We're supposedly in a democracy and have a voice, but we've got to heighten that voice. We've got to improve that voice. We've got to get more people involved, and perhaps we can push back. Is someone that's in charge that can, an elected official has a right to go to check out what's going on. Who can I speak to? You know, anybody? No?
Il rappelle très souvent.
We have been tear gassed. We have been flash bombed.
Our community here, compañeros. Eyes out of LA!
Let them stay! Set them free! Let them stay! Set them free!
Presidents do have this authority. It sort of stems from the commander-in-chief power, but there's actually a specific law, which is Title 10 of the U.S. Code on Armed Services, which says there can be federal deployment of National Guard forces if there is a rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the government of the United States. So, of course, this is in the eye of the beholder, but the notion here would be that these protests, which did not seem to be rebellious in nature or violent, but the idea is that these protests mark a rebellion or danger of a rebellion against the authority of the United States. This is usually in cooperation between local, state, and federal officials. So the last time this happened without a governor asking is 1965, when LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, sent protesters in to Alabama um, to protect civil rights demonstrators. This was to protect them, not to quell their protests or dissent. It seems like a stretch. When I think about the National Guard, I think about the 1992 Los Angeles riots. I think about when President Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1965 sent in the National Guard during the Civil Rights era. I think of it as, really kind of widespread, disorder in the streets, the need to tamp things down. And this seems um, premature and closer to just using the military to really stop or suppress dissent. The danger number one is that it gives the federal government, sort of more power, more authority versus the state and local authority. We got this compromise at the constitutional founding, dividing power between local and state government and the federal government, right? And the federal government is supposed to have limited and enumerated powers. The other concern would be the chilling effect, which is that maybe people then don't want to go protest peacefully. Maybe people don't want to demonstrate and express themselves and express displeasure, disapproval, right? That's a fundamental, cherished American right, which is the right to protest and exercise First Amendment rights. So I think the larger concern would be if he deploys federal troops anytime that people are protesting his policies and people are getting arrested or hurt, then maybe that has a chilling effect and makes people think twice about doing it again in the future. Generally, when we think about the military being turned internally, that's something we associate more with authoritarian regimes and dictatorships. And when you think about our law enforcement, we have domestic law enforcement, which is usually more than capable of handling what's going on domestically. So I think the other concern is the unprecedented nature of it and the other trend lines where President Trump in his second term has been behaving in a more unrestrained, unchecked way than he did his first term. As you may recall, he wanted to deploy federal troops during his first term, but ultimately his advisors often talked him down from it. So I think the real concern here is this is Trump unleashed, this is Trump unrestrained here in his second term.